Oh, it's my pleasure to be here. What a beautiful country. Yeah. Sir Kisoro is an artist that you've interviewed.
Yeah.
That he came to, he came here to do he came here to work with Bushali. So I started a long time ago in 1980. I was involved and I helped you two I got them to London where they got signed to a record deal. So they had no money to travel or hotel. So I got sponsorship and they did a concert. And then Island Records came, and then I love music. I've always loved music, and so I started working in the music industry. So they start their own business. So I'm in the entertainment industry. It's a business.
Yeah.
These kids that are talented, like Sir Kisoro and others that I work with, Tinta Tribes from South Africa, DJ T's from South Africa, and now Josie Boy, he is now going to be another artist. So he's only 18.
Yeah.
He just recorded his first song yesterday, and so, but he's got talent, so we'll help him, and then they could be examples to others to follow.
Yeah.
So the mission now is to bring together some of the best people in Rwanda. In South Africa, it's probably about 16 people, including artists. So Tinta Tribe is one, tintatribe.com, check them out. DJ T's. So Tinta Tribe are like Amapiano style. I don't generally like to get in front of cameras because it's really not about me. It's about the bigger mission is climate action, help the kids, save the planet, show people how to make money in a sustainable way. With climate actions now, we work in agriculture, we're working in aquaponics, and we have a company we've invested called Eduponics, which grows grows food vertically using fish as well, and a circular system. So the water, the plants, the fish, they feed the plant.
People of Rwanda, we are very honored today to have like Robert Stevenson. We just want to discuss about his investment in the music industry and a little bit about his journey in the music. So we are very honored to have you.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here. What a beautiful country.
Yeah. How did it like threaten you right now?
How did I come here was, well, really I came because Sir Kisoro is an artist that you've interviewed.
Yeah.
That he came to, he came here to do he came here to work with Bushali. And he did a song, Sir Kisoro, which you talked about already.
Yeah.
And then when we were here, I saw some dancers from the hotel. They were dancing. And then I went out and I said, hey, you're good. Do you want to be in the video? So I had no intention of coming here to get involved more than just doing something with Bushali and Sir Kisoro.
Yeah.
But then I fell in love with the country. And then I saw the talent of the children. So I said, great, well, look, we've got to do something. You know, we've got to work together to help these children because they have so much talent. They just need some support and they need some finance to get from zero to somewhere.
Yeah.
So really that's what brought me here. And then the more I came here and spent time here, the more I love the country and love the people and the talent. There's so much talent in Rwanda.
Yeah.
You know, so when the children that were dancing, now we're helping some of them to go further. We're helping to pay their education, you know, to help their families because obviously they come from poor backgrounds. And then one of the dancers, his name was Boaz, who maybe you met Boaz, but then he introduced me to his brother who had a song, and then you said, oh, do this song.
Yeah.
So we did, Josie is his name, so we went and he played this, he did a cappella the song, and then I said, wow, that's really good. So already we've put him into the studio, and we've got him with a big producer, and the song is now done. 1 day later, 2 days later, we have the song.
Yeah.
So we're going to help him now as well.
Yeah. So we have seen maybe some people when they understand that you are involved in the creative industry or in music, they can think like, how did you fall in love with music or creative industry? So let's go back, like, so that people they can know like who you are really.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm 71 years old now.
Yeah.
So I started a long time ago in 1980. I was involved, and I helped you two I got them to London where they got signed to a record deal. So they had no money to travel or hotel, so I got sponsorship and they did a concert, and then Island Records came, and then I love music. I've always loved music, and So I started working in the music industry.
Yeah.
So I've been since 1980. So that's what, 44 years.
Yeah.
I worked with big bands like The Cure and U2, other people. I started the careers of many young artists,
Yeah.
which including, for example, Cillian Murphy. He's Oscar-winning. He won the Oscar for Oppenheimer last year in America. So when he was 18, he was a musician. So I helped him at the start, and then I put him on the stage, and I helped him get an agent in acting.
Yeah.
And so now so this is the background. So for all of this time, I've been working to help young people. But then more, in the last 20 years, I got more involved in education, because the future, the problems that we have are ignorance. The solution is education, but maybe education that's a bit different from what's taught in school. So I developed a program for children to learn how to set up and run their own music events, but they do it like as a small business, because if you're putting on an event, you have to sell tickets, and if you want to engage children or young people, music and sport are very good, and social media, video games. Those three things are what interest young people. So if you want to develop a program, you use music, social media, and sport to bring people together to put on events.
Yeah.
So the children learn how to put on their own events, and they can make money, and then they can keep some of the money, but then they put 25% of their profit back to the community. So it could be, in this case now, with Climate Actions Now, is the organization I started, because maybe about 5 years ago, I realized that a lot of the young people I've been helping for the last 40 years, the future is looking difficult for them because of the climate change. It's too much heat, or too much water, or too little. So really, climate is becoming a big issue, and everyone's talking about it. But the kids that are in these poor areas, they don't know what's coming. So we want to educate them and also help them to prepare for a different and a better life. And so teaching them social media, teaching them skills about business, to be entrepreneurs, is a very good way forward, because there's not enough employment for young people. So they start their own business. So I'm in the entertainment industry. It's a business.
Yeah.
These kids that are talented, like Sir Kisoro and others that I work with, Tinta Tribe from South Africa, DJ T's from South Africa, and now Josie Boy, he is now going to be another artist. So he's only 18.
Yeah.
He just recorded his first song yesterday, and so, but he's got talent, so we'll help him, and then they could be examples to others to follow.
Yeah.
So the mission now is to bring together some of the best people in Rwanda, entertainment people, business people, and we're going to start to find the talent in schools, run a competition, and gauge the young people to organize the events themselves. So we teach them how to put on events, and it's once they do it once, they can do it again.
Yeah, like right now you have been like in USA, you've been in London, and then like now you are staying in South Africa. So like when you see like the progress of this industry of entertainment around the world, according to the experience that you have, like how is it like developing, like progressing today?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's about starting something that's special. And because what we're doing is bringing talented art and music together with a mission. The mission is climate action, is awareness about the difficulties finding solutions. And with my background in the entertainment industry, and also my passion around education, and also now for the last 5 years, learning how we can live sustainably on this planet. We need to preserve what we've got and not cut down trees. So I'm using music and education to make a difference. And I'm just getting this message to different countries, and I'm starting something. So already we've got, Bushali, Sir Kisoro, Lucky, other people who are very, very good people who've said, yes, we want to help with this. Producers, music producers. So I think that the idea now is that we say to people, okay, are you interested in helping young people from Rwanda? Dancers, fashion. This is made by Jospe.
Yeah.
He's a young designer from Kisoro in Uganda. So he made this shirt, So we can sell.
Yeah.
This could sell in South Africa. Now, I live in South Africa because I decided I prefer to live in Africa than Europe, and I'm Irish, but I sold my house in Ireland and I bought a house in South Africa, in Cape Town.
And you do have a plan to buy land and the house in Rwanda too?
Well, I'd love to. If I could make some money, maybe. I'm not a billionaire, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But I am thinking actually to rent maybe 6 months now, so apartment, office, so that we can actually set up a recording studio, green room, so we can film, get young people in, and we can help them to make recordings, make videos, and teach them about business, the business of putting on events, selling tickets, doing fashion. We had a fashion shoot yesterday. We had the recordings yesterday. We're making videos. All of these things, and that's called creating content. And content, as you know, you're in the business, is very important. And when the content is good, and when it's genuine, and when the children are so talented, then we've got something that's really worth something. And so then the children, the young people, they can start their own business.
Yeah.
So we show them how, and then they go ahead.
So how many people are right now are part of climate actions now, around the world?
In South Africa, it's probably about 16 people, including artists. So Tinta Tribe is one, tintatribe.com. Check them out. DJTs. So Tinta Tribe are like amapiano style.
1/6. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, not 60. No,
yeah.
Not that big yet.
Yeah.
So 16 there, and now here we're probably about 5, 6, 7, 8. It's every day. More people are coming on board.
Yeah.
Producers, TV people, record producers, PR people, and we're going to build something very special. And so you could be involved.
Yeah,
anybody, anybody who's watching this,
if
you've got something, if you want to help talented young people, if you want to help mentor them, or donate some money so that they can actually buy some clothes, we can help them with their school fees. And if they're doing shows, they need good clothes, they need shoes. We need to find some money to help these kids.
Yeah.
So one of the groups of kids we're starting with is they're called Tia Kids. So Tia Kids, if you find them online, and they're just young people from behind the hotel. When we made the Bushali video with Sir Kisoro, we saw these kids, and now I bought a camera for their leader so they could do videos, and now they've got 200 videos online.
So we heard about this competition of dancers.
Yeah.
So how is it going to be done around the country, and how many people are going to benefit from it, for this season? Because I know it is going to be an annual event.
I think that between now and the end of this year, really what we need to do is focus on building the foundation, finding the right people to get involved, offering them to do what they want to do, raising money so that next year then we start this competition. So the idea is we'll start in Kigali, in different areas and different schools. We go to the schools, we give them the program, we say we're here to find talent, but we're not going to, what we want to do is show the children in this school, the learners, how they can organize an event. So that in itself, really what they're doing is learning how to start a business, because they have to pick their own jobs. They've got to decide SEO, marketing, sales, video production, public relations, accounting, etc., etc. There's many jobs, as you know, in the entertainment industry. Your company, there's all of these things are important. So it's not just the camera guy, it's all of it.
Yeah.
The business side. So we're in the business of music and the business of entertainment. So there has to be a structure. So we show the children how to do this, and they love it because it's about music or sport. So they could then put on events. So it could be a football event in the afternoon, music event in the evening. They sell tickets, they make money. And with that money then they can reinvest in their business, and then they can be sustainable as young people. So at the age of 16, they can be starting a business. By the time they finish their school, they know how to run a business.
So
because
is,
of doing
is,
it.
is there any age range that are going to be like involving on the kids that you're going to put on board?
Well, I think that, obviously the last 2 years of school, they're very busy with exams.
Yeah.
So I normally we'd go 16-year-olds like 2 years before they finish, or so that they have the space to learn. And then they stay in the school, they put on events, and then the kids coming up, the younger kids, they show them how. So it's sustainable in itself. It requires just that the children come together for an hour once a week to organize themselves. What are they doing next week? They have a business plan. The first thing they do is a business plan. So over 3 months then, they put the business plan into effect, and they put on their event, they make money, and then they're successful. And then they say, okay, let's do another one. So then they keep on putting on events that gives more opportunities for young people to show their talent, music, dance, fashion, painting, anything in the arts, poetry, all of these things. People are interested in those things. So that way it will work. So we will start, I would see realistically, we'll start this probably in January next year, 2025. The rest of this year is building awareness, building the team, raising money, talking to the schools, talking to the minister. Here we'll have a meeting with the minister soon, youth and arts and culture.
Did you met like?
Well, we will in about a month, because right
Yeah.
now it's the time where there's the inauguration of the president, and so
Yeah.
everyone's too busy with that. So we'll come back maybe in September,
Yeah.
when it's a little bit calmer.
So before you come in Rwanda, was there any idea about the country?
Well, to be honest, I knew the history.
Yeah.
I used to collect stamps
Yeah,
as a child, so
Yeah.
I knew the history of Rwanda, and of course I knew about the problems that were here,
Yeah.
the genocide, etc., which was terribly shocking.
Yeah.
So that's really all I knew,
Okay.
and I knew where it was geographically, and I had an idea of some of the industries, but I came here sort of by accident.
Yeah.
But then it's a nice surprise. You come here and say, wow, this place is the best organized in Africa that I've seen.
Yeah.
It's got problems, but it's looking for solutions. And I'm impressed with the way things are done here. That the organization, things work. It's safe, relatively safe. I find it quite safe to walk, and place is clean. And people are lovely. The people are fantastic and so talented, and so grateful and humble to get some help as well. So my job really is just to bring Rwandans and Ugandans together, because I also want to build bridges between Uganda, Rwanda, South Africa.
Oh wow.
Because that's very important.
Yeah.
Because there's been historical problems. Now it's change of government in South Africa here. Time to move on. But what's the best way of doing this? It's through music, it's through dance,
Yeah.
it's through culture.
Yeah.
It's the soft power. I'm Irish, and Irish people, we're only 5 million, but Ireland has a great reputation in diplomacy. And one of our secrets is culture, music. And we call it soft power.
Yeah.
Because we're only 5 million. We don't have lots of money
Yeah.
like America or England or France or any of these people.
Yeah.
We were also a country that was repressed. We were the victims of colonialism before it happened here. We were the victims 800 years ago with our neighbours who were difficult.
Yeah.
We have difficult neighbours
Yeah.
in England, And so Irish people are very empathetic with what's happening here. And Irish people came here as well as educators. When I go to Rwanda, I don't have to pay a visa, because the educators came from Ireland 70 years ago, 100 years ago, and they started the education system in Uganda. So there's a very strong relationship there that's very old, And then, so Rwanda, I think there's a lot of opportunity to work with Ireland and to get investment, because I think that there is an appetite in Rwanda for investment. I think it's impressive for me as an outsider coming here, but also knowing the history and knowing I can say I would seriously consider, and I am now already, I'm investing in Rwanda.
Yeah.
But it was not a plan. I
Yeah.
didn't come here with a plan.
Yeah, so as we conclude, but I don't want to end this interview because we have so many things like which is interesting you can share with people. But as we conclude, because we have like another thing that we just want to do. Yeah, so the message that you can send to the youth, the message that you can send to the parent, like making them see the importance of this soft power.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see, with any education, it's important that if a child has an opportunity to do what they are passionate about, they have more chance of success. It could be sport, it could be music, it could be math, science, whatever. But everyone's built differently. So putting people into a box and say, you have to go this way, it doesn't fit. So there is always a focus on math, science, languages, etc. But entertainment industry is a big industry, and we need to find the talented people. So we will help with that, but also teach them business, because they're running their own business. If you're talking about musicians and artists like Bushali, they're running a business. They have to send an invoice. They have to get paid for their work, right? So, like anything else. So I would say to the parents is, if your child is very passionate about sport or music or entertainments or even video games, if they can do computers, then encourage them, and you will see what happens. Because not everyone is a mathematician, not everyone is a scientist or wants to be a doctor, right? So that's the first thing. Second thing is, I think that by bringing people together and them learning how to work together as a team, so that's learning how to work in the workplace, because for suddenly at age 16 or 17, they're running a little business. They discover what it's like to work with people and take on responsibilities. And if they don't do their work at the end of the week, they have to answer to their colleagues. Why didn't they do the poster, or why didn't they organize this press release, or why didn't they book the hall or do whatever they're meant to do? So they then learn how to take responsibility. So this program, so it's called Climate Actions Now, and the organization is called climateactionsnow.org is the website. So if you want to check this out, go to www.climateactionsnow, and it's actions plural, because it's going to be more than one action to save the planet. So it's many actions. So climateactionsnow.org, and also Can Music, which is climateactionsnowmusic.org. So it's not for profit. We're not trying to make, I'm not making money here, I'm investing. My objective is that it gets sustainable, so I don't have to invest anymore. That it gets started, it's making its own money, and it's got its future. Because I'll be 6 foot under, and this will be still running here. So it's not about me. I don't generally like to get in front of cameras, because it's really not about me. It's about the bigger mission is climate action, help the kids, save the planet, show people how to make money in a sustainable way. With Climate Actions Now, we work in agriculture, we're working in aquaponics, and we have a company we've invested called Eduponics, which grows it grows food vertically using fish as well, and a circular system. So the water, the plants, the fish, they feed the plant with the detritus from the fish. So that's going to come. It's going to be very big, because the farmers are suffering with the change of climate. So we've to find new ways of farming. So I predict in 10 years' time, car parks in cities will be growing food. They won't be parking cars. They'll be growing food. Because the supply chain is short. If you're growing food in a car park in a city, you can supply the shops around. So that's another thing. So all of these things are part of the green economy. There's a huge future for the green economy. It's going to employ a lot of people. Growing crops that are more sustainable, that are less susceptible to drought or to too much rain, and that are good for the planet. For example, hemp, industrial hemp, you can use to make clothes, to build buildings, to build walls. You can grow it here. That's another, and it makes food. The seeds are very good for oil. So there's many things. So really, this is about a movement. It's building a movement in the green economy. But if you want to build a movement, you need to have a beat. Because,
yeah.
So that's music. So there you go.
I like that. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'll leave you with that. Thanks.
Yeah.